You're tuned into the Sajdah Morning Coffee Talks, and I'm your host, Sajdah Wendy Muhammad. I see some of y'all waiting to get in. I have a very special guest for us today. We're going to be talking to my good sister, Margaret Mahdi, with the Mahdi Theater Company. She is the creator, writer, and producer of our new play, The Day I Met God. So be a friend, tell a friend, and I'll be right back after a few short commercials and a beautiful prayer.
O Allah, guide me among those whom Thou hast guided aright, and preserve me among those whom Thou hast preserved, and befriend me among those whom Thou hast befriended. Bless me in whatsoever Thou dost grant me, and deliver me from the evil of what Thou hast judged. Surely Thou judgest, and none can judge against Thee. And he whom Thou befriendest is not disgraced. Blessed art Thou, O Lord, and exalted be Thee above what they set up besides Thee. I bear witness, nothing deserves to be served besides Thee. And I bear witness that Muhammad is Thy servant and apostle. Amen.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who in my judgment is the master historian, taught us that of all our studies, history is the most attractive, and it is best qualified to reward the researcher. History is most attractive. Why should history be most attractive? Because history is the recorded time of the human family in its struggle to overcome obstacles. There is no life that is without struggle. The Holy Quran teaches us that man, meaning man and woman, is made to face difficulties. And after difficulty comes ease. but it is history that guides us through difficulty. For if you know how people who had difficulty yesterday got through, and if your difficulty is somewhat similar, then today we also can get through if we follow the guidance of history. This is why Carter G. Woodson and many of our black giants fought for black people to know our history. Because in not knowing our history, we don't have a guide. And without a guide, we are lost. No wonder the Bible...
Assalamu alaikum, family. Welcome to the Sajdah channel. You're tuned into Sajdah Morning Coffee Talks, and I'm your host, Sajdah Wendy Muhammad, and I'm here today with no coffee. No coffee, no tea. Y'all know my ceremonial hot drinks I love to do in the morning, but it's just not happening. That's because I'm in Houston and we're getting ready for the art. It's not because I'm in Houston that I don't have no coffee, but it's because I didn't prepare to have no coffee this morning, because I'm in Houston and we're preparing for the Art and Science of Business in Houston. All right. So we bring in the program. We're working on some other cities that we'll be announcing, but we're going to be at the El Dorado room today. And I'm excited. Listen, the Art and Science of Business is all about us working towards participating, becoming more fuller and participants in the activity of life itself, and doing business for ourselves, going into business for ourselves. So it doesn't matter if you have a job. Everybody should be doing something on the side, something in addition, working on something, because none of these jobs are guaranteed, right? If you're in school, the Art and Science of Business is for you. Wherever you are in life, if you're a retiring person, a person who's retired, look, get you a little side hustle, get you something going on the side. If you're a returning citizen, we got something for you. So the Art and Science of Business, you see the website is right there, artandscienceofbusiness.com. Get the book. Meet us today at the El Dorado room. We have we're going to be doing Chicago soon. We'll be at the Silver Room coming up later this month. So you'll get a chance to see us. And if you have a bookstore or a museum and you want us to come there and do a signing and a talk there with you, then just let us know. So shout out to the queens here in Houston. Queendom come. The sisters are hosting, your sister down here, and we're going to work on getting this revolution of art and science of business going. But today we have a very special guest, my good sister, Sister Margaret Mahdi, who I've known almost all her life. We're gonna age ourselves there today, but she's such a wonderful soul, and we have been working to produce a readers theater, which is a theatrical, and I'm gonna let her explain all this, but I'm just setting the stage. It's a theatrical interpretation of the footsteps that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Mother Clara took to meet the Savior, Master Farad Muhammad. It's so powerful. I can barely get through rehearsal without crying. Sister Margaret will tell you, I get to zoning out because it's just that powerful. And I really do believe that Allah flowed through her. So we're going to have a conversation today because I want you to meet Sister Margaret. We got a couple of announcements to make for you because we've been really working to make this really powerful for you. But I want you to learn from her, because part of the art and science of business is embracing the artistic side of it. And Sister Margaret's going to help me. I don't know if I asked her this or not, but I'm going to volunteer her. But no, we'll make sure. We're going to be doing some paid master classes. And so, yes, I don't want y'all freaking out because we're going to all get paid, including everybody's there. But we want to do some improv classes to help you learn to improv and learn to sell. And so Sister Margaret and we got this team that we're putting together to put these master classes together to really help equip us to go out into the world. So I'm going to bring my sister onto the stage, and I want you all to welcome her, give her some claps in the chat. There she is with her beautiful self. Assalamu alaikum, sis.
Walaikum salam, ma'am.
How you doing?
I feel pretty good this morning, and thank you, Sister Sajdah, for allowing me to be here and the entire ensemble, cast, production crew.
You know what, Sister Margaret? Every time I see you, and I always promise you all that I won't do this, I just look and I go, this is my baby. And I just, I know everybody still sees you like that, but I want you to just tell the audience about your background, and just how you grew up, who you are, so that they can connect. And you know our phrase, humanize yourself.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, all praises due to Allah. We give great gratitude to Him and for allowing us to see another day, to be able to live our gifts, our truths, and to really serve and to inspire. So each day I'm learning that it's a greater calling, and it's certainly bigger than all of us. So we're in gratitude. I'm born in Chicago, born and raised. I'm a student at Muhammad University of Islam, and been shaped, cultivated by certainly one of you as yourself as a teacher in the MDT class, but also wonderful teachers who inspired all of us to be our very best. Upon graduating from Muhammad University, I studied at Northern Illinois University with a degree in education, elementary education, and a background in theater. So although I pursued teaching, CPS teacher for about 20 years, I simultaneously also produced, directed, written productions. And that's really where my passion is now. And right now we're working on building an original musical similar to that of Hamilton, which is Bronzeville. And now we're joining forces with you with this historical, spiritually moving story about our Savior and our teacher, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and our God, Master Farad Muhammad. And I do agree with you, Sajdah. I believe not only you, but all of us who are involved in the journey, we get caught up in the story because it's a part of us. And knowing that the love that God has for us was that strong to come to rescue us. I believe that's part of the other reason why we get so caught up in the love journey. So it's very moving. And as a people, this is our duty to tell our stories. You know, you said it in your introduction. The minister said it. How do we reward our research? Through history. So this is a blessed time that we're living in. So I'm just grateful to be a part of the project and seeing the evolution of it, and new faces learning about the Elijah Muhammad, his why, the objectives, and why are we here? And I believe, it sets the foundation for our purpose.
Yes, ma'am. So growing up, you went to MUI, MGT, Junior Vanguard. How did you get into acting?
I always was fascinated with acting, like when I was a child, 5, 6, 7 years old, and my father would bring home those VHS tapes of The Wiz, Grease, Little Shop of Horror, and I would be like obsessed with watching them over and over and over again. So I thought I was going to be an actress, and I have acted and performed. I was blessed to work with Sister Winifred Rasulullah. May Allah be pleased with her. And I studied under her when I was in high school. I was 15, 16 years old. I learned from her. And theater just fascinated me. And ultimately, I developed a stronger appreciation for it when I went to college. And upon graduating from college, I could network with other actors and directors, and I just became connected with it since.
So not only did you say, okay, and let me back up, because a lot of times when you go to college, you major in something, you end up using it, but it doesn't always mean that that's exactly what you're going to do.
True.
So just about everything I studied in college, I use today, from world history, I just started using, engineering, finance, accounting, psychology. So you are very much an educator,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
and I know right out of college you worked in CPS, Chicago Public Schools, but you're still an educator.
Yes, ma'am.
That's
Yes,
who you are.
ma'am.
And the testament to who you are is when I look at your beautiful children.
Mhm.
I
Oh,
know
praise
the
be
stock you
to
come
Allah.
from. I know your parents, and
Yeah.
and I'm so grateful for the great service that they've given to our nation. Um,
Yes, ma'am.
the great Benny Mo, may Allah be pleased with him. Everybody knows him as being a security person, and you have always been such a compassionate person. And so acting and the work you do with the play doesn't surprise me at all. Not at
Oh,
Talk about how you were inspired to write this particular piece.
yes, ma'am. Well, it was at Sajdah House. It was in the spring of the year. You had a beautiful program, um, opera in summer or black opera in summer.
And white.
Yes, it was incredibly regal, it was sophisticated, it was elegant. And as we were in the sitting room of your house, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad House, and listening to the opera singer, it was high vibrational. And
Mhm.
it was in that sacred space, listening to the music, vibing with the music, that Allah inspired the thought in me to write a story of his servant
Mm,
meeting him, meeting God. And
mhm,
it just came in that moment in Sajda House, in the sitting room,
mhm,
listening to the opera singer. It was just a quick, inspired moment. And as
mhm,
I was listening to her, I text the message to myself. And it says, the thought was, Elijah Muhammad meets Master Farah Muhammad the day he met him. And later on, I believe that afternoon or evening, I text you
you did.
and you said, let's do it.
Because we've been trying to figure out what to do together, how to collaborate. And
Absolutely.
part of
Yes,
what
we
I
have.
see in the book is that when, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave us instructions, he says 6 or 8 of you pool your resources and go into business together, right?
Hmm.
And so sometimes we're trying to force it, but you and I would meet regularly, and then it just flowed, and it's almost like the idea just came through our desire to follow those divine instructions.
Yeah, I agree with divine timing, but we were already setting up the course of action. It was
Mhm,
all a matter of time of how Allah wanted to align the dots.
mhm,
And we were in alignment. You were already working in production at a performance. So,
mhm,
what better way to um, be in sync than through what we're doing? But we were already in the preparation stage. It
mhm.
was just like you said, trying to figure out what it would be, but this is what Allah wanted.
What it looked
So I
like.
mean, yeah, and I think it's good for us to be encouraged or encourage others to know, like, meet people. Don't stop, planning and having conversation, because you never know what can come out of that. It's not wasted time. It's not in vain. It's like there's something brewing. You just don't know what it is. So we
Mhm.
just have to be patient and see how it unfolds. And now we are, starting off with a series, Act One, the
Yes.
day I met God, and then it will evolve into another act and then another act. And it can inspire other people to tell stories of their own historical narratives from their lineage and their family and their rulers, and that's the power of theater. It gives people an opening and a platform to step out this box. There is no right way to do it. There's no wrong way to do it. What makes it magical is the truth in it. So as long as you present the truth of the matter, that is what resonates with people and our stories. So
Yeah, that's exactly right. So I've been involved in arts and theater pretty much my entire life.
I can tell because you sing, you act.
My whole life.
I can see, yes.
But I've never been involved in a reader's theater.
Okay.
Tell us what a reader's theater is, and so the audience kind of knows what to expect.
Yes. Well, Reader's Theater is I would call it's like a theater in a box. It does not consist of so many props. It's very, very limited. It is where actors hold their Bible or their scripts and they come together as an ensemble and they read a story through passion, love, fluidity, and they use imagination to attract and to bring the audience in. So it's very powerful. And it also reminds me of the theme, simple is more. You don't have these moving pieces and these dramatic lights. You're on a stage or a platform and you're reading the story and you're taking the audience on a journey, your book, and the life of the story. So that's what Reader's Theater is. And you have these strong actors. Sometimes you can incorporate music. Many times in Reader's Theater, there is no music. Yeah, absolutely, yes. But I believe what makes this particular Reader's Theater unique is the spirituality of the story, which calls for music and sound. So I'm grateful that we have a vocalist, Sister Unica, who would be giving the coloring of the story, as well as violinist Brother Henri, who would give his wonderful interpretation of his violin narrative. And then we have these wonderful actors in the community who will be highlighting the story, including myself and Sister Sajdah.
You know what? I cannot help but notice that beautiful portrait behind you. And I know who that is, but I want our audience to know who that is because we are so blessed as members of the Nation of Islam to have these amazing women. I'm just speaking to the women right now. People don't realize this, who help to shape, help to mold us, teach us how to be, how to flow. And we're blessed to be able to work right next to them. Today, of course, we are recognizing the life and efforts of our beloved mother, Evelyn Muhammad, who made her transition. And I'm going to tell you a story about Mother Evelyn in a minute, but one of my goals with the house is to teach the world about the powerful women in the Nation of Islam. And I want you to just tell our audience about that beautiful sister over your shoulder there.
This is wonderful. The one and only Sister Claudette Marie Muhammad, who is one of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's dedicated helpers in the cause of Islam and his support. She served as a protocol director for many, many years. She has traveled the world with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, establishing friendships for him all across this world. And she gifted me with this beautiful portrait of her. And I'm very grateful. She is a supporter of the theater, of the Mahdi Theater Company. And she shared her contacts, her information. And we're so grateful for Sister Claudette. And she's a powerful force.
She's a force to be reckoned with because she's a supporter of Sajdah House. She be emailing me, listen, contact me right now.
That's what, absolutely. A woman who is open to loving others, and it comes way through sharing. She wants to see you win, and she wants to see us win. So we're grateful for Sister Claudette showing us that that's the peace. That's what makes us great, helping each other win.
Yeah, Allah calls some very unique women, you know, now becoming, we are now in that club, right? To his cause, to the Nation of Islam. Mother Evelyn, who we will celebrate and honor today, has just been, for me, somebody that I watched. I didn't get to know Mother Evelyn like I got to know Mother Tynetta, but I know her. I was around her quite a bit back in the day, and her silent strength and how she helps. And I talk about, I think I mentioned to you, there's that infamous story where I got stuck in the elevator with $90,000 of the ministers and Brother Wali came to rescue me, and we had to climb up through the top of the elevator to get out because it was a whole drama. I think somebody was trying to set us up, and the elevator got sent to the sub basement of the hotel, and I climbed out the top with the money, got the minister the money back. But when I climbed out, when they pushed me through the top, the side of my Vanguard uniform got dirty and it tore up here, and my hat was dirty. And when I was leaving out of the hotel that morning, Sister Margaret, Mother Evelyn was in the lobby and her room wasn't ready. You know how a lot of times they be like, your room ain't gonna be ready till whatever time. So I was like, you could just wait in my room, you know, because I'm not gonna be here. I'm gonna be on post, right? So I go out, I come back in, Sister Margaret, I'm all dirty. I'm looking like, remember that scene from Kill Bill where she came up out the grave and all the dust and dirt? That's how I was looking, right? And the whole side of the uniform, dirty, messed up. And when I tell you, she was in the room when I got back to the room, just sitting there quietly. And when I took the jacket off, she took it from me. And it was just this silent, spiritual moment. And not to cheapen it, but you guys remember the scene from Baby Boy when he had the gun and he was in the room crying, and Ving Rhames came and took the gun from him, and they didn't say anything. That was what she did. And when I went, took a shower and laid down, because now I'm processing what happened. That sister was over there, you know, she was a sewing sister. She had sewed that uniform back. She cleaned it. She washed it. When I woke up in the morning, she had it hanging on the door. And I just she never said a word. It was no judgment. It was no, what's going on? Let me tell you, let me give you no advice. Because sometimes when you say something in that moment, couched in what you choose to say is judgment. Sister Margaret, she just silently took care of me. And I'll just never forget that. And obviously I knew her because working at the National Center, I would, you know, I'm interacting with everybody, but just powerful. So our prayers and condolences go out to her daughters, Sister Marie and Sister Shalimar.
All praises due to Allah. Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, thank you for that. Thank you and I used to model with your mother.
Yes, I was, looking through those photos some time ago, and I was like, Sister Sajdah and my mom. But that's so amazing, the history and how it connects, and it connects the past to where we are today. From the past, it connects us for where we are today. So, those are special moments that one can never forget.
Where do you draw your inspiration from? And I ask that not in a shallow way, but in a more round and deeper way, because people ask me that question and I think they get frustrated because I say, you know what, it really comes from Allah. My process is, it's like a download process. And then I just start getting stuff and I got to write or type or something. And then it's like he goes away and then I'm left to do whatever it is I'm supposed to do.
Absolutely. I believe because we're spiritual people, and I believe that's for all of us who's watching across the world. Spiritual beings draw our inspiration from God. We draw it from being in the moment of silence through meditation, and Allah sends special people our way to learn from, to strengthen those thoughts and those inspired ideas. So
Yeah.
it comes from prayer, it comes from my studies of the teachings, it comes from studying the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's example. It comes from people that I meet, but particularly my mentor directors. Sister Russell Winifred was one. She stays with me. There have been directors in the community, some who've passed, some who are still with us, who work at ETA Theater. There's this brother by the name of Renako Jahi. He's a mentor director that I am very inspired through his example. Of course, Mother Tanetta, I've been blessed to support her and aid her for 10 years as her assistant, and just studying her journey. My parents, but again, life, but you said it best. When we're in prayer and in silent moments, Allah just download information. And it's important to always have like a notepad, a pencil at our bedside or near our pillow or our phone to type in whatever he wants us to do. So
I always say that Allah is always working, and we never know what table he's preparing, because you reminded me that when I was assisting Mother Tinetta, you would be at the house babysitting.
oh, absolutely. You were right there, sister. I would come downstairs and you're at the kitchen table, breakfast time,
Yeah.
right there in the house with Minister Ishmael, his family. Mother Tinetta would be in the kitchen. So it was a family affair. Yeah. Absolutely, a beautiful family affair. But this is why reflecting on the past helps to strengthen where we are today, because those were special moments.
And we
Those
just didn't
very
know it. Sometimes
nope.
we're moving so fast, and we have to be careful. I'm a big stickler about making sure that I honor and respect everybody that I connect with, because you just never know how it's going to come back around, or that interaction is really, you might think it's just, oh, that's just Sister Margaret, she the babysitter, but that's not what it is at
Yes,
all.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is teaching us to be mindful of each other and just be real careful in how we treat each other, because we could be communicating with an angel. You could be speaking to somebody that is an answer to your prayer. But if we're not compassionate, empathetic, patient, we can, accidentally turn the person off or turn the person away. So we do have to be mindful of our relationships, because people who come into our lives is not by accident.
Right.
Everyone serves a purpose.
That's right. That's exactly right. Now, this one little baby, I'm gonna call her a little baby. She impressed me so much. When your daughter started reading and doing her acting, I had to keep a straight face. I was looking down at the paper, and I'm like this, like, okay, she's good.
Yeah, all praise is due to Allah.
Talk to me about how that feels and how that felt.
You know what? I'm so proud of Fajer. She is such a delight. She's a sponge, and she loves theater. She loves it. In the house, she's playing all of these songs, these musical soundtracks from like every musical. And actually, she gives me strength. She's an inspiration, because if I'm writing songs for the play, I'll ask her, I said, does this sound, what am I missing? She's like, hold on, let me play a song and let you see if you can draw from this song. And I'm like, well, thank you, co-director. It's very special. But it's our job as parents, when we see gifts in our children, is to nurture them and to cultivate them and give them the opportunity to express and to expose them to this world. And like what you're doing with accounting, business, it should be our job to have children sit under your tutelage. so
Yeah.
that they can tap into that gift if that's
Mhm.
present in them.
Mhm.
So, I'm very blessed to see that she is in her light, and it's not a pressure thing. It's what she likes. She
You
really
can tell.
enjoys it.
She loves it. Even when she's sleepy and tired, she still brings it. And I just had to shout her out because that's important to me.
Mhm.
Education and being an inspiration for the children is important. We're going to MUI today and some other youth. When I first built the hospital in Maryland, we had MUI DC come through and do
Wow.
tours, and I've gone to MUI in Chicago to
Yes.
to share and inspire and hopefully to do more. I always do the youth division at the National Training Conference. So this type of generational or transference of generational wealth is important. And you just never know what little baby's in that audience that will get a spark from something you say or do. And I just pray that she and your son is impressive too. I tried to get him to act, but he looked at me like that's not his thing. But talk about him a little bit. I know he's tech support.
Yeah. Yes, well, my son, his name is Fard, and he is such he's a tremendous soul. He supports his mother in areas of feeding the senior citizens in our community,
Mhm, mhm,
servicing the homeless, but he's a beautiful friend. He is
mhm.
a B average student at Kenwood, and he's a track star. He's an athlete.
Yeah.
And he's a special heart, very, very
Mhm.
loving child.
That's beautiful, Margaret. I want people to be inspired by your story
Thank you.
because I think sometimes we don't look at the whole person. We don't look at everything holistically. And you
Mhm.
have a star quality in our nation because of the other productions that you've done. But I don't know if people know the beautiful soul that is Margaret Mahdi.
Oh, bless you. All praises due to Allah. I think, I appreciate you, Sister Sajda, and having these platforms give the audience the opportunity to connect with the human, as you say,
Mhm,
human side of us, that,
mhm.
we are inspirations to others and we just don't know. So
Yeah.
this is a blessing to share a little bit of the behind the scenes.
You know why? Because when we see people, sometimes we feel like there's a gap between what
Mm,
they're doing and somebody else. And not only is it that if somebody else did it, it can be done. Think about how long it took them to work on a 4-minute mile, and now everybody does a 4-minute mile. But it also helps us to go, you know what? I might be sitting here in this condition. And you
mhm.
you have a powerful line in the play where Mother Clara tells the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, we go into this, I don't want to give it all away, but we go into this event, don't take no sips today. So,
Mhm.
and that's not to be disrespectful, but it's to respect those who are going through something, whether you're drinking, whether you're smoking, whether you're like, look, I got all these children, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but it can be done. And the more stories we hear, sometimes just hearing somebody's story can spark you to want to do more. And
Absolutely.
mhm,
Absolutely. We're human beings, we're a link in a chain. And we have to just keep an open mind, an open heart to receive whatever good is coming from another human being, because again, it can be an answer from one of our prayers. It can be God sending an answer. So keeping that open-mindedness and appreciation for the human, for us, is very, very important. It could just be that one word, sitting at a coffee shop and speaking
mhm,
to a stranger. And I do it
mhm,
all the time. Sometimes I will share dialogue with strangers. And I'm like, wow, I didn't even think about it like that. So,
mhm,
I mean, we have to appreciate the humanity of all of us,
mhm.
everyone. And again, Islam is universal.
It is.
So we're a universal people. So just stepping
Mhm,
out that box and building relationships is very important. And it takes us
mhm.
further along out of these boxes.
Right. Right, it does. And I think it's also important that we express ourselves. And so that's why I'm so grateful to be able to express my love for the three of them um, through this theatrical interpretation.
Yeah.
We've been working and practicing, and we are going to make an announcement that we're pushing the play date out a couple of weeks because we just really want it to be as close to perfect as possible because the story is so powerful. So you all will see that announcement. It's going to be November 1st and 2nd now. Some of
Yeah.
you have already gotten your live stream tickets. I've seen a couple people in the chat. I think it was Sister Sonia in here that said that. Let me give you some feedback from the chat too while I'm telling them that. Regional Sky Girl said, I feel so blessed to have an ear to this powerful conversation.
All praises due to Allah.
Yep. And then you got people in the chat. This is Sister Sonia. I think that's Sister Sonia from New Orleans. She said, Walaikum salam, beloved. I have my live stream ticket. I'm excited to watch the play.
All praises due
And
to Allah.
we're working. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all in a minute. Hold on a second. This is my mom. She says happy Friday. This is Keen X Robinson giving you the greetings. Sister Sadia, she's one of the queens from Queendom Come that's hosting me this weekend. So you all will hear a little bit more about that. Let's see who else. We already talked about Regional Sky Girl. Oh, Amina Hanan is in the house. She's here. She says, great day. Sounds very British. Great day, family. Brother Mandine is here.
Oh, Brother Mandine, yes.
We gotta go see Brother Mandine for the play. So
I already Brother Mandine is so wonderful and so supportive. We love Brother Mandine.
He is. He's a good brother. We did a thing a couple years ago at his store, just bringing attention to the store and stuff. So we all got to go over there and shop too. So we'll do another thing on your store, Brother Mandine, as well. That's a dress code from Memphis. And there's a bunch of other people on here who are probably still laying on their side, sleepy because it's early coffee talk. But yeah, so talk about we're pushing it back a couple of weeks, just to give ourselves time to make it as close to perfect as possible.
Yes.
But in the process of, and this is going into the art and science of business, when I was working with my business partner in Maryland, he helped break me out of some levels of perfection. So I do have a little bit of an issue with that. And we would be waiting to launch a clinic or something, and he would say, just open it, just open, and I'm like stressed out, up all night trying to get everything right. And so I had to learn how to have the balance of, we're going to do our run through and do it the right way and not push things out too far. But then I had to know how to make the decision when I wasn't ready. How do you balance that in theater when you're managing people?
That's an excellent question. And I would say that is something that on my journey of working with myself and studying me, that I'm too working with, because I don't know if it's a Virgo thing, but we are perfectionists.
It probably is a Virgo thing,
girl. And we annoy people with it but at the end of the day, we are also from the school of thought in our training that we do not do anything half. We do it with excellence. So that is also ingrained in our consciousness and our behavior, in our training and the teachings. So it is definitely it's a journey, it's a trial, it's a challenge. But in our philosophy, what I do rest upon in show business is the show goes on. Mm-hmm. However, we do give ourselves room if it's not ready. Right. We want to also serve the people excellence. We just don't do it in the name of saying, well, it's a date out there. Mm-hmm. So when we know that we're working in that high spirit of integrity, then that is what gives us the motivation to either pivot or to stay the course. So it's the integrity is what drives the ship. And also the objective is the objective to say, well, we just did a show and the show is perfect, or we don't have only 2 tickets sold. So it's show business, you know, so the show itself can be excellent, but the business part of it can be very slow. So it's about having a team of people who understand those dynamics, having honest conversations as we did, and moving in the spirit of ultimately the best is going to come, because our motive and our intent is pure, and we're working in alignment with what is the greater picture. So, I mean, it's a daily struggle. I mean, it really is. You know, I there was a show that we did. The cast and crew was barely ready, but when I was going to pull the show, they end up becoming like excellent.
They got it together.
They got it together. So, you know, I think with artists, it's like one of those light bulbs, like, oh, we're going to do it. So, I mean, again, having those conversations and just making sure that we're working in a spirit of integrity should be the yardstick that we use to make those decisions.
It reminds me of a story when we were opening one of the Respect for Life bookstores. I can't even remember where it is now, but my ego was anxious to show it to the minister. Ego, not integrity, ego. Because, you know, I thought I was a good person. You know, I feel like, you know, look, I'm a Vanguard. I work in National Secretary's office. I teach orientation. I do business development for the minister. I got integrity. But there's granular levels of integrity that we, just like that mustard seed, there's granular levels of integrity. And my ego was anxious to show it to the minister. And so I kept pressing. I want him to come. I want him to see it, and da 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 da. And he came, and we weren't ready. I didn't have a sign.
Oh,
they showed up. He walked right past it, and I had to run outside. I was like, "Assalamualaikum, y'all." And then the minister looking at me like, and he said, "A business with no sign is a sign of no business." How was he going to notice where it was? I didn't have a sign. We had been doing some stuff inside, and it wasn't all the way clean. We weren't ready. So when he asked me a series of questions, I was devastated because it was my ego that was pushing me to want him to come, to show off, to get attention, to be in his face. And I'm just being transparent because we do it all the time.
yes.
I learned from that how to check that and work on that to where, you know, now if I have to call him, it takes me 2 weeks to get myself together just to make sure that I'm going to be saying the right thing.
That's right.
But in that little juvenile, and I don't say juvenile because it was juvenile in age, but juvenile in ego, wanting to stunt, wanting to show off, wanting to be in his face, wanting everybody to see, look what I did. And I wasn't
ready. Yeah. And it, you know, I think that's a great teaching moment, because I like to connect it with intent. When we're speaking to production staff or our team, crew, cast, I always go back to our why. Like, why are we doing it? Is it for the fanfare? Is it for the vanity? Is it for the self-aggrandizement? Or is it really to project a message bigger than ourselves? And if the message isn't cultivated properly, then why are we doing it? So those are really good reflective moments to have to get us back on track and to say, wait a minute, this is not coming from a pure place.
Right.
This is coming from another place, so we're going to place a pin in it. So, I mean, it happens in show business all the time. You know, we want to do things to be seen so quickly, and you haven't even, a vocalist, for example, you haven't even received a vocal training or coaching, but you want everybody to hear you. And then at the end, you're receiving bad feedback. So, I mean, you know, those are experiences I think we all should have and to reflect upon to make better choices in the future.
Yeah, it taught me a powerful lesson because I'm, you know, just being so emotionally attached to the minister and wanting to make sure that I do the right thing.
Yeah.
And while I meant well,
Right.
but I was pushing and rushing and couldn't wait to. I even with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad House, even with doing it, I said to him, I said, Brother Minister, I'm so anxious because I want to get this done before you leave us. And he said, oh, sister, don't worry about me. I've already seen it.
Wow.
So really what
Wow.
he's saying to me, you go through your process and figure out what you got to do and who you need. Because I done seen it already.
Like, don't worry about me. I already know it's in good hands. I know your work. I know your work. All praise is due to Allah. That's such a compliment and reassurance that I'm confident in what you do. And I've already.
I didn't even think of it that way. I thought of it as, and this is a Virgo in me. Okay. I just thought of the lesson, right? I think thank you for that, because what I was thinking of is, okay, let me get myself together. Am I doing that thing I did all those years ago, Respect for Life? Am I rushing just to... Man, listen, this is one thing I can say about when you're really striving to be a Muslim. It is not easy. That mirror comes right here, and you're constantly having to check yourself, because the only thing you can control is yourself.
That is true.
And I think we're taught in our world outside of Islam and outside of these self-improvement teachings and outside of the supreme wisdom is that something is always somebody else's fault. But it's not. It's not. Yeah, and so we have to focus on what we can control. What situation did we get ourselves into? Where are we? And so I thank you for this dialogue, because I think it's going to help all of us as we're growing and developing and working on what we're going through. The focus is not out there. The focus is right here.
Yeah, it starts with the self-improvement. It starts with the self and accepting accountability, being honest with yourself. Like you said, looking in that mirror. And Allah is so merciful. He gives us opportunities to correct, to self-correct, to course correct. So that's the beautiful thing about life. That is why we're on these journeys. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, each day that Allah will grant us, bless us to live, make it a new day.
Make it a new day.
Make it a new day.
Yes. Yes. I agree. And that mercy and that grace, it's like built into his algorithm. Give us time to get ourselves together. Usually by the time something happened, we've been messing up for a minute.
Yep.
Or our ego has been leading us for a minute, or we've been ignoring something for a minute. But always the grace is there. And the thing of it is, as soon as we catch it, as soon as we see it, the faster we get ourselves together and take responsibility, the quicker it's like he just makes it go away. It's like
he does.
Okay, yes. That baby. Now let's go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that is the purification phase too. It's like taking us on another journey, another layer, and each journey gets a little bit more intense.
Tell me about it.
Because so it's like that's lightweight. The past, that's lightweight. I'm going to give you something else.
That's right. The past, and even when you're going through something and you catch the past reminding you of something that you've already overcome, one of the things I tell my coaching clients is that is just old energy that you're accessing. Because you already been through that. You already won that. You did this already. Most of the time, whatever we go through, he prepared the table, as my mother always teaches, is that he's prepared the table. So there are steps in the process that he used to get us ready for the next step. And the next step, it's always a table prepared, always history written that we're walking into, even in our personal lives. We're bigger and greater than who we could ever even imagine.
Wow. And that is so true. Very, very true.
So, Sister Margaret, we got about 5 minutes left. I know you got the theatrical interpretation at the Honorable Elijah Muhammad House, which is now going to be November 1st and 2nd. We're going to update everything. I'll
Okay.
do it as soon as I get back from Houston. We'll get everything updated. And we hope that we want to get 1,000 people streaming online.
Yeah,
This
and
is also a fundraiser. Go ahead, sis.
and to your point, sister, with the pushing back of the time with your listening audience and people in my community and the actors who are also a part of communities, the objective is not to only share and to express this beautiful love story of our messenger and the savior and their meeting, but also to continue to bring awareness to what you're doing, sister, because again, it goes back to each other, helping each other, using our gifts and talents to help support the development of whatever our dreams and visions are. So we want to, emphasize that it is a fundraising benefit to continue the building of the museum and to educate others of what this is about. So,
Sister Margaret, what's next? I know Bronzeville the musical is going back out. Tell us what's next after this, because we got several acts. We just want y'all to know this is just act one.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But
yep, absolutely.
Tell me what's next. What else you got on your plate?
Well, I am working on really using as much time that Allah gives me to build this Black historical narrative about our people of Bronzeville, because I reflect on how Hamilton, you have these humongous musicals that have, created legendary empires for their communities. Like Hamilton is a multi-billion-dollar enterprise, and
I didn't even realize that.
It is one story, and if we can fine tune our story, the Black story, the universal story, we can also be that story on the map for our Black girls and boys to grow up saying, that's my musical. So, that's what we've been building and working on. And I look forward to working with you on expanding our story of the day I met God.
I cannot wait. And I want to do more stuff. We also want to mention we have a short film that's part of the production. Sister Dawn, some of y'all know Sister Dawn, she's probably listening. Her son, listen, they accompanied me when I went to Georgia to trace the messenger's footsteps, recorded it, and created a short film, which is part of the opening of the day I met God. So it's like a multimedia presentation of this theatrical interpretation of the footsteps of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the day that he met Master Father Muhammad. Any parting words? We got a few people that said they purchased theirs on Eventbrite. You can go to ElijahMuhammadHouse.com. There's links right there to purchase. Keep in mind, it's moving to November 1st and 2nd, and we're going to get that updated. But obviously, we're still honoring tickets. And we got about 50 seats that'll be in person, and then another 1,000 or so or more that will be able to live stream.
Wonderful. Okay.
Sister Sajdah said, I'm booking my flight. You see that?
Oh.
And she moved fast, so she will have that flight booked by the time I see her this morning.
Oh.
Anything else you want to share?
I'm just grateful for this opportunity. Thank you, Sister Sajdah, for having me on this platform and to speak with your audience. And I just want to say, whatever Allah give us to do, step out on faith, say a prayer and do it. Do it.
Look at all these people saying purchasing their ticket today, and we'll be back. We may do something with the cast where we'll bring them back. Some people say, well, why you do your show so early? Because as business people and as Muslims, we should already be up. So this should not be early for us. Okay. But Sister Margaret, I am so grateful for us to come together. Who would have thunk it? Who this and we probably got Mother Tynetta's energy flowing around here
Oh,
too.
most definitely. Oh, absolutely.
She's probably like, yeah, let me get my babies to do this right here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, we spoke about it the other night in rehearsal, the ancestral spirit. And that's very real. We're spiritual beings, and our loved ones, they're always with us. They're
Always.
always channeling through us and speaking through us. So I believe that, and we receive that.
Hmm. Well, thank you, sis. Give my love to the family and
Thank
love
you.
to your mom.
Thank you.
I appreciate you being on today.
Thank you, and best wishes on today. And inshallah, see you upon your return.
Yes, ma'am. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, everyone.
Thank you, Sister Sonia. She said this dialogue was powerful. Thank you, and thank you. I want to humanize our experience as Black Muslims because part of the development of the museum and the preservation of the sacred space is also the bearing of witness. That's very important. That is just as important as the history itself. And we've got some amazing things that we have planned. I'm not going to announce them because y'all know the enemy be listening and don't want to jump in and mess stuff up. But we got some great stuff planned for the month of February, and the Art and Science of Business tour and book signings are still going on as well. So in addition to getting your ticket, y'all know I'm putting y'all to work because freedom ain't free. Make sure you go to the website, Art and Science of Business, get your book, because at the same time, we got to be studying. All right, family, thank you so much. I may see many of you online. I'm going to watch the janaza online. And then we got a full weekend here in Houston planned for the Art and Science of Business. Again, shout out to Queendom Come. Powerful organization. Y'all got to look them up. We're going to bring them on and tell a little bit more about some of the work that they're doing. So shout out to Sister Sajdah and all the queens. Okay, I think that's it, y'all. Y'all know what to do. Support. You got to get your ticket. You got to get your book. It is what it is. Freedom ain't free. And we not out here begging nobody to do anything that we can do for ourselves. All right. So I'm going to show us the commercial for the, y'all want to see the commercial for the play again, or you want to see something else before we go? Let me see what y'all saying over here in the chat. Keenex Robinson said, thank you both so much. Sister Sonia gave the greetings. I told y'all Sister Sajdah was going to have it done. She said done. I told y'all. She don't play around. She don't mess around. Okay, y'all. So get your ticket. I'll show you that commercial, and then I'm going to show you another one of the minister talking about having a goal and a purpose that I think will be inspirational for us today and right in line with what it is that we're talking about. Okay. Don't forget, it's not personal, it's vibrational. And we'll see you all, inshallah, tomorrow morning for the Sajdah Morning Coffee Talk. And I'm gonna have my coffee tomorrow. All right. See y'all soon.
I have received so many pleasures, so many very good to look at,
whether you own them or not. It's a pleasure just to look at such presents. Why, I have never witnessed so many presents. I think I have to build me a house for presents. This shows what Allah can do for you and me if we believe in Him.
There is nothing that we could not accomplish in the name of God. You know what your problem is? You don't have even a worthy goal to strive after. I'm going to give you an assignment today. Here's an assignment. Is there something you want? Do you want something? Something that you want, but you have not been able to get it? Huh? Close your eyes. Do you see it? Whatever it is that you want, first envision it. You got the picture. Do you see it? All right, now the question is, you have to claim what you see. I claim this. I claim it. I believe with all my heart in the name of God that I'll bring what is in my imagination into reality. We're going to bring it back like it never was. I see in the dome the name Allah written in Arabic. But I can't just dream. I gotta go to work. How do you bring it into concrete reality? First, without faith, you can't work the vision.